Okay. Now let's see if the problem is fixed. Perfect. The problem is fixed. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. 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 Okay. All right. So, welcome back, guys. ELI'S.JYESTHA. We are going to be discussing today in a long video Venus in Aries retrograde. I won't. I have new. I have new. I have new. Let's just say my old setup is now different. So bear with me. You guys won't be seeing my face in a long time, but I would say since I got my live chat, or since I got my live chat back for like from YouTube, so I can live stream again. Um, Now things are gonna be a million times better. Now I can take my time. I don't have to like anxiously wait to see when I'm gonna like. I don't have to feel like I have to rush when I'm talking about this type of information to you guys. And for this channel, I think I think that's the key for myself and just in general. You get what I'm saying? Like I wish honestly right now looking at this bullshit, um, I might make a part two. Like honestly, like I might get off of here. We might talk about like what we're gonna do right now. Is just talk about Venus and Aries, and of course, I put retrograde in parentheses. I'm gonna be talking about the meaning in that or that. Okay. Now, um, I'm gonna go on as long as possible, um, until my Bluetooth earpieces are about to die. I don't have I don't have a way to audit. I don't have any way to communicate these um this these sayings for this interpretation. I should put interpretation. So that's better, right? I hope so. Okay. No, I didn't. I did not. Yeah, I did not see that. I did not see that. I knew how to spell it. I'm just lazy right now. I'm just very, very lazy. And like my mind has been running all day. I've just been very, very, very busy. You know what's so ironic about this video? I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. What is um what is Aries? What is the first house? That's what we're gonna talk about. First house first house is yourself. Okay, I'll even make another slide for this. Like, wow, um, wow, ew, wow, um, while I'm on video, I'm going to just go on with them. So again, I've been talking about myself in the opening of this video. That is, the, like, that's what I'm saying. I've been feeling stupid all day. Like, I just been feeling like, I know it's not. There we go. I mean, guys, trust me. I've been feeling, I've been feeling like high all day. Like seriously, like my mind just been trying to figure out how things work, especially with what I got. And so I'm just, I just been on the road. So again, I gotta stop talking about myself. So what is Aries? Aries is yourself. Okay. So we're gonna put for the third slide. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna say these for houses 1 through 7. I mean 1 through 6, and then I'm gonna do a fourth slide for houses. I'm gonna do a fourth. I'm so high. I'm so drunk. I shouldn't smoke. Not while doing this video. I feel so stupid. Anyway, um, let's just talk about Venus and Aries. All right. So, what is Aries? Aries is yourself. Aries is your body. Aries is your brain. Every Aries or the first house is um Aries is your first house, which is the things the things that the things that you put first. Okay, the things that you the things that make you angry. Okay, that's the first house. Things that things that get you aggressive. Okay, if you of course these are the these are one of the number one signs if you have a lot of Aries, which is more so focused on yourself. Like that's what this house is very direct, just like all the other English houses. But anyways, the first house has a lot to do with not only your impulses, your actions, and all that. It represents boys, okay? It represents man, okay? Masculinity, okay? As you can see on this page, I purposely put blood red, okay? Um, blood in general, okay? Um, your 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 head structure, okay? The your birthmarks on your body, okay? Um, I could keep going on. If the first house is boys or child, boy child. The seventh house, which is Venus, which is Libra, the opposite sign is little girl or girl, girls in general. But more so with both of these signs, since they're more, a little bit more agile in speed necessarily, um, it's going to, it's going to make sense of, since, I can't explain it, since these signs aren't heavy, aren't that slow, right? Basically, these, uh, this sign is the number one representation, of course, Mars, which represents growth. Okay, yeah, the Sun and Jupiter can be too, but this sign also shares it. This sign is closer to of age. That's what I was trying to say. More so, young. That's why. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. So since this planet, these two planets, Mars, because Mars is Aries, Venus is Libra, and Taurus, Mars is Scorpio, and of course Aries, more so Aries first. Um, it has that necessary energy to, um, it has that necessary energy to basically not stay stiff, okay, exceed limits, okay, stay in the mindset of actions speak louder than words. Okay, Mars is it's a very, it's a very powerful planet, but not also, it doesn't just mean power, it means direction. Okay, for Mars, it's a necessary thing to do. It's just take that direction, take that, take that, take that energy of the body more so than mind. The mind, okay, I'm gonna speak some knowledge or whatever, whatever I have in my head. You don't think before most of the time when our body, again, this is why I said the South Node is important too because it represents Aries more so any other sign. Um, when you got when you do something right, but you don't really necessarily think. I'm talking to anybody who just naturally picked up that that energy of doing things. Again, I'll go back to what I said in my very first video with Aries, but I didn't get to finish off like my very first YouTube video is the yes you do you do get get these requirements of reaction not actions without thinking as a child or as an indication of mom or dad or I would say environment. Mars is environment, okay? But you have to do around the people you're around. Okay. Seventh house, which is Venus, is people or other people in general. Just anybody around you. That could be the zoned in manifestation of the seventh house because more so the intentions or the actions of what they're doing will play a part, especially if it's feminine or male too. Because when you're around a male figure in general, your masculinity tends to um, either explode or expunge, or I would say um, make it harder for it to soften up more so if feminine energy was matched up with feminine energy. Okay. Now, um, I don't know how long. Oh man, that's what tough. That's what tough makes me shy. I should have looked up, but I don't know how long. Um, I don't know how long Venus will be in Aries, but I will put that on my next live. I'm gonna now that I know how to go live, and actually show you guys my screen. It's over. I'm definitely going to start going live more than posting videos. And why I say that is because posting videos takes a lot. It takes a lot more energy for me. I'm the type of man, or I'm the type of guy that like things to go quick, I would say. But what is retrograde? Retrograde is, I would say, it's like moonwalking. Okay, it's a planet. It's a planet. Okay, figuratively, if the planets were to go backwards, um, he say, she say, or what would really happen in real life too, if the planets didn't have coordination, a balance, more so like the ocean of like a wave, a synchronicity, then there will be a lot of destruction because that means the planets is going out of the cosmos to, I would say, um, where they're not in alignment anymore, which you can mess up, of course, the spiritual realm, whatever or whatnot. But why I say all that to say that? Oh, retrograde. So in astrology, they call retrograde planets um moving backwards or regression. I would say like going backwards while the planets when planets are going in transit, that means that the planets are moving forward. The planets have a stop. The planets have a go. Okay, I wouldn't say stop. I'm gonna just say they are they are traveling. They're like somebody getting in a car and driving. That's exactly how a planet in transit is. Now, now when a planet hold on, guys. My cat is come on, come on. I'm not supposed to be showing like how I do it. But I don't care. I really don't care. And there's this not to have myself in the world, especially when I'm talking about this. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm about to come back. about this retrograde. This is my cat. He just don't fucking listen. Really don't. Not, not trying. Not trying to be a. All right, I'm back. So what is retrograde? Like I said, figuratively, planets cannot move backwards because if so, they will be off the path of divine alignment, and it will literally fuck up cosmos and the universe, or not the universe, but more so, um, how everything is in our current state of Earth, planet Earth, other planets. Now, when a planet is moving backwards, that just means in astrology it has regression. What is regression? It has in astrology they say it has a lot. It's like a stop or a pit stop, or it's like you going back to the past more so, or not scratch that. I believe it's more so, and other astrologers can attest to and say they agree that it has um you have a lot to work on when you have a retrograded planet. South node, north node always is retrograde. For anybody that doesn't know, they continuously go counterclockwise. Any other planet that's retrograde necessarily 100% is something special, and um, astrologer will tell you the meaning of the effect of um, what planet what will the planet do while it's in retrograde in your house. Like for instance, Mars can become retrograde. Um, the Sun, the only two planets that can't become retrograde is the Sun and the Moon. Every other planet can definitely become retrograde. Okay, and I'll get into later videos of why why is that why is the Sun and Moon, why does it go retrograde? But we're gonna continue talking about retrograde. Also, retrograde is like a stutter. Okay, like the planet is like stuttering. Right, it's like static. Okay, it's a lot of mental. It's a lot of wear and tear. It's a lot of do overs when retrograde takes apart. It's a lot of repetitive. It's a lot of repetition. Okay, that's why when a planet goes retrograde in any given moment of life, they are shaking up the current lifestyle of one or just anybody. Retrograde sometimes can take a long period of time. Um, Sometimes it could be months, and sometimes it could be quick. Sometimes it could be a couple of days. Sometimes it could be on and off for years, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes it could be transient or on go for a long time. But necessarily all planets retrograde. And from what I've seen, I was like just watching, just studying all planets. Of course, it's, um, except for Sun and Moon goes retrograde. So never forget that. Every other planet goes retrograde at least one time a year, at least if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, what is Venus? Venus is your livelihood. Okay, it's the girls around you in your life. It is the feminine. It is the females around you in your life. Again, um, Venus is more so not just beauty. Venus is, again, I keep comparing, but Venus is not even a comparison. Just like Seth, it's the beauty and it's the ugly. Okay, the seventh house is the shadow side of yourself, and the shadow side of, I would say, the people. It's the shadow side of people you know, but you don't know the other side of them. So it's the shadow side of other people too, not just the shadow side of yourself, but it's the shadow side of other people. That's why when the seventh house is the natural destination for opposition, what do you do? What do you do that makes people not like you? Okay, is it your look? Is it your your breath? Is it your weight? Is it your eyes? Is it your smell? Is it your is it how much money you got? Is it uh, your values, what you care about, how you sound? I could keep going on. Why do why do people have hidden motives for other certain type of people? Venus is the natural sign of that. Besides Mars, see Mars is when I get my hands on you, it's very brutal. Very, that's why it's blood. It's very um alien like. It's very, see, when you get into sports, when you get into things like a physicality, or just I wouldn't say just physicality, but Mars is also um war psychology, and just anatomy of one's um anatomy of one's pure action of, I would say, body behavior, and just um okay, my bad. But see, Mars is deadly when it comes to confrontation. See, Venus, it has that essence of it has that essence of pure darkness and just pure lightness, and that's what makes Venus deadly, but very very needed, very attractive. Okay, okay. Venus is the order of judgment, is because besides Saturn, but Venus is the natural sign, the natural sign, or the natural planet, I meant to say, of judgment, because when you go in front of people and you show yourself, which is the first house, what do they do? You have to pay attention to when you go outside, no matter who you are, they judge you on how you look. That's why the first and the seventh is the number one, is the opposite. Can't get past off of psychological welfare of other people, intentions, whether it's good or bad. See, Venus has that unawareness that Mars doesn't really lack. And if Mars lacks it, Mars has that confidence. See, Venus has confidence too, but Venus is select is is very selectory of how they use their confidence. Okay, Venus is an air sign and also an earth sign. Naturality, Venus has that composition that Mars doesn't have of patience. Venus has that patience with people. See, Mars, with a lot of Mars, which is Aries, has that contradiction of only viewpoint of self. And not just viewpoint of self. I would just say, oh, he's just somebody. No, more so obsession with himself because of how powerful one feels internally with Mars and Aries, or just the sign, especially 100%, especially if the sun is in Aries. Okay, and if one lacks confidence, of course, everybody has, I would say, insecurity. That's another. That's another topic. But more so with the natural sign of Aries in general, one is born with the actionary of a warrior. And I'm not just saying this. One, see, the first house is you. That's why this sign is so composed with itself. Okay. See, I'm not just saying, oh, it's a sign of strength for no reason. It's a sign of damage. It's a sign of power. It's a sign of bloodthirst. It's a sign of um, uh, impulse. It's a sign of. I'm not just saying all that just to sound like I'm flaunting. I'm saying this to say this. You must know what to do with yourself, or other people will know what to do with you. That's Venus. See, when it comes to the first house, you have to understand that information of knowledge or just information during this transition or transit is fresh energy of self. Okay, especially when it's the sun. Well, how many days we got left until the sun gets out of Pisces? We have about like five five more days, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 days left of the sun being in the sign of Pisces. Anyways, this sign gives you a new birth. Okay, it gives you a new thirst of rejuvenation of who you are. If you lose sight of yourself, you you don't. What's the point of living? Okay, Venus is perfect as well. No, one sign cannot exist without the other. The first house needs the seventh, and the seventh house needs the first, vice versa. But the first can't do it without the first can't do it without the first, and the seventh can't do it without the first. You. That's that's the first house. It's you. Okay. All right. Okay. So Venus and Aries. Again. Venus is all about also again partnership. Okay. More so who you're dating, who you're hooking up with, who you like, and all the above. Okay. So When Venus comes into Aries, they call this in astrology debilitation because it is now in the sign of where it is, I think, 180 degrees, which is again opposite, which is 7 houses away from the other, complete opposite. Meaning the sign is nowhere near alike. The characteristics of Venus is nowhere near. It doesn't understand the comprehension of the sign Aries. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, so even though I said Venus, um, Venus has that dark side. Venus is not a natural. Is not a natural dark are very um, bloodthirsty sign. Mars is though. Mars can do things that is very unrational just for the sake of self. Mars can do a lot of things. Because people do it all the time. People do it every day, no matter who you are. You can do an irrational action and might not be aware until it's too late or later down the line. And some people have it to where if they have a lot of Aries or more so, they don't have control of themselves. If you have the habilitation, the habilitation isn't just weak. It's just you have to have control of that planet inside that house. If you do not, you will see some damage with the characteristics that has stuff to do with the planet and of course sun. So why is it weak? Actions don't actions don't fit well with Venus. With his actions, with his Venus. Again, Venus is um partners. Venus is people. You have to take that absorption. You have to take that mind of okay, it's not just myself out of you. You have to focus on the balance of being there for people and being there for yourself. More so giving yourself 50 and giving Venus 50. If you do not give Venus 50, Venus will hurt the first. Relationships will take a leap of failure, or I would say relationships will become a lot of imbalance. Okay. Now, when it comes to environments with Venus and Aries, it could be a fault in bad hair. Okay. So you went to barbershop, you went to the hair, be very, very, if you're a stylist, be very wary of hair tenders, hair pulls, wrong styles of hair, wrong styles of gestures towards feminine and masculine too, especially when the sun get there. I gotta look later, but significations is brutality or fights. Okay, it could be a lot of um, marriage or or not non-married people um physically fighting, especially if you have a rehabilitation naturally. And not just naturally, I'm just saying if you already have some problems with the seventh house or the first house, this placement can definitely take uh some um it could definitely take some wear and tear on you. also. Okay. So, um, I would say when Venus get into the sign of Aries, face problems appear. It could be scars. It could be you can gain a scar during this transit, especially retrograde. Get the you can gain a type of like you can gain some issues with um your bottom half area, so your waist below area. That could be some type of issues with that area too. Okay, this is the type of place where it brings like pimples to face, all that and whatnot. But again, this is the type of place where that could be good, where you could be, you can, you can all of a sudden become so beautiful. Okay, your hair could be so exotic, this type of exotic type of hairstyles, um, beautiful type of hairstyles. Um, yeah, when but Venus is retrograde, this can puncture, this can puncture a lot of feminine figure assets, money. When Venus get Aries, feminine figures will have issues, and masculine figures will have issues with money departments. Okay, topics about money with specifically male and female, whether dating or not, could become a highlight or more so a topic. Okay, when you get this type of retrograde, there's a stylistic to where if Venus is placed right, you someone might jump in the nature of becoming very rich, very rich. Okay, I know this is debilitating, but Venus is a sign of money. Okay, Venus is a sign of money. Like I said, if you have a retrograde naturally, or if you have a retrograde in general, yes, you're gonna have mistakes happen with your money. Okay, you're trying to pay for something. Venus is going to Venus is going, especially if it's a feminine figure there. Venus is going to screw you over. It's going to be accidental, but at the same time, Venus is going to repeatedly give you mistakes. And I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just saying retrograde increases accident. See, Aries is a sign of accident, right? All right. You do something, like I said, good or bad, it is an accident. See, seventh house, Venus is a sign of the balance of what you have caused. Okay. I poured water on, I would say my old laptop. What is the cause and what is the effect? See, the cause and effect is seventh house. Okay. How balanced is that situation, whether good or bad? How negative it can get. See, Aries, it takes that pressure point. Like I told you, it's a sign of capability. Okay. Even if it's something like confidence, it has that capability. It's a sign of capability. Okay, the sign of capability. Anyways, um, definitely fights can occur. Male, female, both. Okay, couple and couple, relationship and relationship. Like you might have again, you might see two people like a couple argue against another couple. That happens with Venus and Aries. Okay. Also, again, I know I said, but retrograde causes that in and out situation with your with your like your money situations. Like it might be a good accident, and then it might be a bad accident. If that makes sense. Of how you keep money keeps coming to you, or you keep losing money. Situations with money could be very, very scarce like armor. So um, up on the move, up on the go. See, the first house is ascension too. Anyways, here come here goes some interpretations regardless of what house it is in. Okay. Opposition with feminine counterparts, opposition with your marriage partner or business partner could become damaging. Food intake must be crisp. Okay. With food intake it must be it must be hot, it must be nice, it must be cooked very well. Okay. But meat intake during this course is multiplied. It might go in and out, but it also might di- di- digress, but it also depends what house you got the sign Aries. Issues will want anger to rise to the face of self issues. So again, you might have some things that you haven't faced about yourself that other people might say, or you might have noticed about your own actions. During this time period, it will pop up. You will have to face that, regardless of who you are. Sex could strengthen, especially oral, is an indication during this period. So, um, oral sex is definitely increased during this period of time. Confusion with one's actions may occur. Actions may become very egregious, or that's a good word. I meant to say very unpredictable. One can't contain of how they might react or act. Okay. If one may focus on complexion, weight, or energy, so there's a chance that weight, energy, and your skin tone could vary, jump rope. In either one of those three, especially depends on the race and how old you are. It could play a part right now. Um, Anger could be mishandled during this period of time. Characteristics of one actions of viewpoints when it comes to hesitation. It's easier to truly show who you are and how you act in the transit. So yeah, um, viewpoints of your own values is very, very important for oneself. How your whatever you value to yourself, you are sticking to it. It's sticking like glue with Venus and Aries. Okay. Money, money or female impulsive actions may take instant rise to some sort. It is easier to do things with people of similar identities towards your own. May come into play or temptation. So yeah, it's good to do things. I would say to exercise this type of placement. It's good to um, um I would say not reverse this energy, but stabilize it. Like try to stabilize it as much as you can, but more so don't fall in too deep with how you see things and what you normally do. This is a good time for re revaluing. So you might during this transit you could change your mind or change a particular thing or situation you see of how you revalue it yourself. Okay, you have to find some revaluing things that you want, things you value. You must weave it out in the forest, like weave out all the things that doesn't value yourself, like you don't find it value, and just also with people too, like find people you value. Anyways, infliction towards one's aunts and uncles could take place during this transit, and then last but not least, actions are more personified. Okay, I think I'm done. Nice streaming with you guys. My voice is gone. I'll probably do House 126 soon. And peace. I love y'all.